Hello again for my second tutorial. This is Hayagami, and I'm on a map you might recognize. This is the dark corridor thing which I made. Now, this is a tutorial for texture lighting. It means you don't really need any light entities in your level. Okay, before I say anything about texture lighting, like this buddy here, I'm going to say one thing. If you see the light entity, you know, the one that everyone says about, you know, that just emits light in all directions, never ever use it unless you absolutely have to. It is terrible. It's absolutely horrible. Anyway, rant over. Use light spotlights wherever you can. Light spot, sorry. Spot is the best kind of light. Use it all the time. Now, in this level, we actually don't have any lights at all. No light entities, not a single one. These are textures which emit light, and they even look pretty shiny as well. It's quite nice. See, I love the HDR. Alright, now I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm not going to show you what it's like without them, because there aren't any light entities, so I can't show you. But I'm just going to go straight into something else now. So what I'm going to do is get out my map src folder. So this is where my my VMF is, which in this case is called texture test, and somewhere up there. Now, if you open this up, I've got two of them. Give me a second. Here we go. Alright, this is a .rad file. You can put this in your map src folder as your map name, in this case texture test .rad. A .rad file, it just specifies textures and the light values to emit in source when you compile. For instance, here we've got an example, high/light white, probably doesn't even exist, I just wrote it down, and here's your familiar light settings. 187 for the red, 215 for green, 255 for blue. You can see this probably makes some kind of very whitey, sort of bluish texture. Actually, I don't know why I put reds down so much, it should be higher. Alright, 50. You can see 50 is a very low brightness. Now, why would I want to brightness that low? I'll show you. If you go into Hammer, you can see how I've got the light map grid enabled. This is in fact a map from the reflectivity tutorial. If I go to light map grid, which you should already know about, you can see here the individual light map squares. Each of these will emit light out of it, of this value. So if I put 50 brightness, that's going to be pretty bright already. I don't want to put it up anywhere in the hundreds unless you really want, an eye rape. A bit like GPK Free City, which was an eye rape. So yeah, now this texture lighting makes things look really pretty, as demonstrated earlier on in that sort of dark corridor, which even I like. But also it's very useful for stuff if you want to just enhance how much light actually makes it into your rooms. If you think that reflectivity isn't enough, or light entities aren't enough, you can add texture lighting to make rooms brighter, or seem brighter if the walls actually emit light. Obviously this is a bit of a stupid idea, but anyway, it's a good technique to know because in general it's much better. As I said before, spotlights, by the way, are much better than actual lights, and texture lighting is much better than any of them, although of course sometimes you just have to use light entities. If you're using a prop, for instance, you can't have any texture lighting from a prop. Alright, that concludes this tutorial, not very long, but yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. Anything I find relevant, I'll put into the description, and yeah, cheerio.